Blessings upon blessings. This is the Inspirational Treasure, also known to the spiritual congregations as Apostle Shalonda. And I have a message for Regina King. I have made posts before with prayers for celebrities as the Holy Spirit has led me, but this particular one um, was different. The reality is, I don't know whether they ever see the posts, whether she will even hear this message, but I have to be obedient to what I hear. And it was confirmed a few minutes ago when a niece of mine was sharing a post from a young man speaking about grief. And the beginning of his post said, grief is, something that changes you. He was speaking about not wanting to be around people and some of the other things that come along with grief. And it led me back to you, Regina King, um, because I have been praying for you since what happened with your son. And, I believe that when people are praying for you, they don't have to make a lot of noise. They don't have to be known. So I kind of stayed low key about it and didn't make a post or anything. Um, but again, I have to follow what the Holy Spirit is telling me and share this with you because as much as you know that you've had strength in the past, this particular situation has shown you more of yourself than you have ever seen and ever known. And you have made some great accomplishments in this life. You have done things that many people were afraid to do. You have done things that many people will never dare to do, and that's just the reality. You have broken barriers and done many things, but this hardship, this situation, this heartbreak is unlike anything you've ever experienced. And so as I was praying for you and have been praying for you, you just keep coming before my face. Um, and at times people don't want to hear, what God has to say in moments like this because it seems a little cliche at times. Um, but I believe in the time that you need it. Maybe this will come across your news feed or your get your attention. Um, it's not over. You're not finished. There is something to come out of this that is going to literally grip the hearts of many, and people will do something now more than they ever have to tend to people, um, to recognize signs, to um, really hear people. I've been writing since 2007, but I wrote a book um, in 2019, or I released it in 2019, called No, I'm Not Okay. Excuse Me While I Unmask. And it was inspired because there were ministers, teachers of the gospel, those who teach the good news, who were performing their duties and then going in their offices and deciding that they're tired of life and they don't want to do this anymore. Um, and there are people who walk around every day with this face, this look that says all is well, I'm good, because we've been taught to mask everything, to fake it till we make it, to, pretend just to get along. And sometimes it's difficult to know how to articulate words. It's difficult to tell somebody how to, how do you explain that I have a pain that I can't touch and nobody can do anything about it, but I don't know the proper tools to be able to overcome. And so there's a noise that needs to be made in advocacy even for those, right? Um, and need I even say those like me, that have dealt with things privately, secretly for years, and just it gets so weary and so tiring. Um, but you are going to make a noise that is going to shake this world, not in anger or frustration, but in pure love. The encounters that you have had since that time, the things that you've dreamed, the things that you've seen, even in the times where you cannot sleep, you cannot make yourself sleep even. You have seen things, you have heard things. And so from this point forward, prayerfully, if you haven't already started, start writing these things down. More people will begin to cling to you in this hour that just needs to hear the words that you are going to speak. So get ready. And I can't say whether you've heard this already or not. I don't know who has spoken into your life, but Regina King, you are about to start a movement that will get the voices of many people who's been trying to fight for this thing for years. It will give them momentum, but your voice will be heard. It's not over. And I know that it's difficult to even see a bright light at this point, but please hear me when I tell you, there'll be a day coming sooner than you think where you will wake up with a peace that surpasses all understanding, and you'll know exactly what to do next. You are a light, you are blessed, and you will do the work because that's how you were built. And that's what he would expect. Hey, I love you just because I can. Don't know you, never met you, of course, but believe me when I tell you that this is the season for you. This is the season for you that will literally change everything, not just for you, but for others. Many blessings.